Well, it is literally about 10 minutes after the end of the last episode. A short intro today. We've got 2 games coming up against some very good opponents that will tell us, I think, what the rest of the season is going to look like. That we just lost a key player for a couple of months too. So, fun times. My name is FM Jellicoe, and this is the Red Devils Rising. So, Marlon Rote broke his foot. I mentioned that last episode. He's out for the next 4 weeks to 2 months. Call it 6 weeks minimum. Mamadou Doucouré, my captain, tore back muscle. He's out the next 4 to 6 weeks. So, that backfield depth that I got in the offseason is going to be put to good use. Today, we are playing Schalke, and then literally 3 days from now, we're playing Fortuna Dusseldorf. Now, Schalke is a good squad. They've finished top half more often than not. Dusseldorf is just a couple points behind us, but it's 4 games into the season. I think these 2 games are going to be a good indicator of how we're going to finish this season. If we do well against Schalke, it means we're going to do well against the rest of the teams below Schalke at the moment. If we beat Dusseldorf, it means we've got a good chance of beating all the teams below Dusseldorf at the minute as well. If not, frankly, it's a crapshoot. We're going to see what happens. So, that said, I'm going to double-check my best available 11, set my reserves, and we're going to be back with our game against Schalke in just a bit. So this is our squad today. Mazzini in goal. Felicioli, Berger, Jamelka, and Abu as the defensive back 4. Bresciani and Gennaro are the midfielders. Honestly, it's been a couple of days since I fired this up. I've got to go back and look. As you can see, Schalke currently in 6th place. Fortuna Dusseldorf 2 places behind us in 12th. We got Vallejo and Markovic as the attack midfielders. De Graaf and Gubbel up top as the strikers. Mazzini taps it over to Jamelka. He feeds Gennaro, who gets it over to Bresciani. He breaks left. He's got some help. Drops it off to Hugo, who cuts inside. He's dispossessed because they ran into each other. Chiquinho gets it to Harrison. He's got help, weaves in and out around the players, drops it off to Serter, back to Chiquinho, Stenzel, back and forth. Vigna on the left, gets it back to Chiquinho. I'm not quite sure what they're doing. He gives the ball away. Gubbels is going to run down the long pass, stop it from going out of bounds. De Graaf is there and he scores. What an assist by Willem Gubbels. I didn't even see De Graaf in the box. That's how I was paying attention. Oh, that may have gone out of bounds. That was a heck of a shot by De Graaf. Gubbels gets the ball to Gennaro, who drives forward, drops it off to De Graaf. He tries taking a shot, but he bounces it off a Schalke player. Ozan just kicks it away. Abu's going to run it down, gets it to Jamelka, up towards Gennaro. He can't control it, heads it, it goes right to Martinelli. And Bolo to Harrison. And, he hits the post. Harrit recovers. Abu dispossesses him. Gets the ball to Markovic. Long pass up to De Graaf. He tries getting it to Gubbels, but Kerr steps in front of the way. Kerr is a really good defensive center back. Bejger to Jamelka off the free kick. Gennaro back to Bejger. Out to Hugo. Gets by one defender. Gives the ball away to Umbrolo. Because it's 27 Gennaro. Ball's knocked away. Hugo gets to it. He's got help. Instead, he's going to take the shot. Karius is going to block it. De Graaf runs it down, tries kicking it in, and bounces off Martinelli. Recovers. I got to sneeze. I think I'm just going to mute that. Harrit. Tried centering it, but Bejger's there. Who's my 27? Gennaro, who's not having the best game. Harrison recovers, gets the ball to Harrit, back to Chiquinho, out to Stenzel, all on the right, and Bolo's there. Mazzini, a very nice, I was going to say a brilliant save. It looked brilliant on the 2D, so we're going to go with brilliant. A brilliant save. And that ball's headed over the crossbar. This is interesting. Like 2 of my attackers and 3 of my defenders are doing really, really good, and everyone else is doing subpar. It is halftime, and with a 1-0 lead on 8 shots, 5 on target, we're doing okay. We're going to keep an eye on Gennaro. Felicioli's not having the best game either. Neither is Hugo Vallejo, but I think a lot of it's because Vallejo's trying too hard. Karius, up to Kerr, gives it up to Stenzel. To Harrett. Drops it off to Harrison. Jamelka steps in front of that pass. Launched forward. Carries no problems with that. He launches it forward. Goes right to Bezger, who heads it down to Bresciani. He feeds to Graca, who gives the ball away. Bounces back and forth. That was... I don't know. Martinelli. To Serter. Takes the shot. Gets it to... Well, he looked like he was shooting the ball. It was going wide. But no, it went to Harrison, and Harrison equalized. You know what? 56 minutes in after the highlight here. Oh, wait a minute. Was he offsides? He was offsides. Okay, you know what? We're going to move Bezger over to fullback. We're going to bring Eric Bailey on at defensive center back. We're going to move Bresciani over to the deep line playmaker position. We're going to bring Soro on for Gennaro. And we're going to save our last sub. Kerr. To Stenzel, back to Kerr. He sends it all the way back to Karius. We're going to shout out to the guys. Give them some encouragement. Martinelli to Serdar. Oh, Abu steps in front of that. Kerr and Gubbles both went up for the ball. Gubbles ended up with it to Graca. A weak shot. He should have passed it to Gubbles. Stenzel to Harrison on the throw-in. Off to Chiquinho. He drops it off to Lee to Stenzel. Back to Chiquinho. In the crowd, Serter bangs it off the post. The second woodwork hit for Schalke this game. We have gotten quite lucky. Bresciani, avoids the tackle there. Drives forward. Still going forward. Drops it off to Bezger, who gives it right back to Ozan. What the heck was up with that? God, they're playing this like back and forth. I don't know what you'd call it. It's tiki-taka. Hugo steps in front of that pass, gets it to Gubbles, and Karius, a very nice save. Hugo, corner kick in, top of the box. DeGraca and Gubbles are fighting over it. I don't know why. Harrison with the ball. Drops off to Martinelli, who blows by all the defenders. Gets it to Stenzel, to Serter, to Mbolo, out to Rogerio. Markovic steps in front of that, and the ball goes out. Looks like he bruised his shin, and they're telling me he wants to come off. We're going to bring on Tuwazi. Tuwazi likes to be an inside forward, if I remember correctly. No, he likes to be a winger. Martinelli. Oh, gives the ball away. Is anybody going to get to it? Or was that a foul? Something happened. Corner kick. Hugo. Through the box. Tuwazi's going to run it down. Brings it back to the center. Drops it off to Bresciani. Gets it up to Hugo. Hugo almost lost it. He gives it to Bresciani, who gives it to Rogerio. Mbolo goes up for it, can't get it. Harrison breaks behind the defender, one-on-one with Mazzini, who punches it in the air for the save. That corner kick goes through the box. Don't know what happened there. They got like 5 players outside the 22-yard box on corners. Abu driving forward. Gets it back to Bresciani. He gets it to Jamelka, who bounces it off Lee. It is 2-on-1. And Bolo. Oh, Mazzini came up and he stopped. What happened there? Well, what happened there is Jamelka made a boneheaded play. Mazzini came out and just stopped. He should have kept going. Forced Mbolo to rush the shot or something. If you're going to commit, commit. This is annoying. I've got like 5 players that are 7+ or better, and everyone else is sub 6'8". Harrison, Mazzini saves that. launches it forward towards Gubbles, who got between the defenders, takes the shot right at Karius, gets his own carom. Gets it back in. Karius knocks it away. Soro's going to run it down. Cuts outside. Bejger to Hugo to Bresciani. Out to Bejger, all alone on the left. He tries crossing it in. Bounces it off a Schalke player. Goes out for the Kaisersalutern throw-in. Bejger to Hugo. Gets it to Gubbles. Tries kicking it in. Can't get it. Ball's knocked up to Lee. Bailey knocks it away, but it goes right to Stenzel, who drops it off to Harrison. Martinelli totally abuses Abu. And Lee pushes his shot just wide right. And that is full time. We escape with a 1-1 draw. Good grief. I'm not happy with their performance. Bejger can be demotivated. That's fine. That was just... Markovic, he's out for 1 to 3 days. I got to fix my training here real quick because match recovery, match review. I'm going to take off this defending shadow play. Get rid of this overall and go to match tactics. So we are going to be back in literally 3 days for a game at Fortuna Dusseldorf. So back in a bit. Well, Mazzini had one of those minor injuries that it's of the frustrating variety. He can be out 1 to 5 days and miss the next game, or you can give him a shot and he can miss the next 2 weeks, sort of thing. I mean, he's injured. They said he's available, complete tomorrow, but we're going to start Drews in goal. Felicioli, Bailey, Jamelka, and Magalhaes are going to be our defensive back four. Bresciani and Gennaro, the midfielders. Hugo and Tuazi, the attacking midfielders. Gubbles and DeGraca up top as the strikers. Okay, guys, let's get it done. Ehlers throws it into Hartl. Gets it to Bulat. Feeds Osai Samuel, who blows it by Drews for the goal. Osai Samuel just sat between the defenders, and who's my 38? Felicioli about tripped over his own 2 feet. Ehlers on the throw-in. Osai Samuels. Back to Ehlers. Back to Samuels. To Bulat. Sargent knocks it away to Barris up top. Gets it back out to Ehlers. Osai Samuels. Bulat. That's annoying. Drew should have had that. That's annoying as all heck. Well, Shuey knocked away, but Barris is going to run it down. Gets it to Bulat. Back to El Shuey. Barris. To Bulat. Feeds Osoi Samuel. Back to Barris. Bulat, Hartl, Ehlers. El Shuey to Barris to Luther. They're moving the ball really well. Felicioli intercepted it, but he gave it right back. Luther off the post. Gets it back after a couple back and forth, and Drews knocks that out of bounds. Goes in for the Dusseldorf corner. Luther sends it in. Gennaro knocks it away, and the highlight ends. I don't think we've seen a highlight featuring Kaiserslautern yet. Oh, here we go. Felicioli gives the ball away, but Gubbles recovers. Soy Samuel steps in front of him. Sargent gets the ball. Gets it up to Luther. 1-on-1. Takes the shot. Drews a nice stop. This is turning into one of those games. 5 shots, 3 on target, and we're 2 goals down. They got Bright Soy Samuel off. I wonder if he got injured. Zimmer to Hartl. Bulat. Dispossessed. Noga gets it back, though. Hartl drops it off to Barris. Feeds Nodal again to Luther, who takes the shot, pushes it wide right. No, they took him off because he was gassed. Ehlers on the throw into Hartl. Back to Ehlers. To Cullen. To El Shui. Gets it out to Ehlers all alone on the right. He holds it up, crosses it in, but it goes right to Drews. We're going to make a couple of subs after this sequence here. Drews gets it to DeGrocco, got behind the defenders. Oh, and he pushes his shot just wide right. It was a good opportunity, and he just pushed it a little bit too hard. We're going to get Gennaro off, bring on Soro, swap him with Bresciani again. Except Bresciani's gassed as well, so we're going to bring on Grgic. Those are the only two changes we'll make for now. Hugo's on a 6'2", Twazi's on a 6'3". Magahalas to DeGrocco. He bounces his cross, loses it. Cullen. Oh, Jamelka intercepts that, drops off to Grgic. He tries getting it to Hugo, but Gill steps up in front of him. Luther ends up with the ball. Winther to El Shui. Zimmer. Long pass towards Luther. Fight in the air. Sargent ends up with it. Tries sending it in, but it bounces off a Kaisersalutern player. Zimmer ends up with the ball. Hartl. Drews a nice stop. Zimmer gets it back, and Drews another nice stop. Maybe he's one of those keepers who just has to give up like 2 goals in order to settle in. Zimmer. To Bulat. Back to Cullen. All the way out to Hartl alone on the left. He cuts inside, drops off to Winter, and a highlight ends. Vallejo's on a 6-1 for crying out loud. Drews to Soro. Felicioli to Grgic. Out to Hugo. And he loses the ball. Zimmer. Gets it to Luther. And he's dispossessed. El Shui ends up with the ball. Gets it back to Zimmer. Drops it off to Bulat. Out to Gill. All alone on the right. He gets it into the box. Sargent's there, but he skies his effort over the crossbar. Just not a good performance by the guys. We had a really good game against Schalke. I mean, we lost it late. We gave up that late goal. But this, Twazi to DeGrocco, takes the shot and he buries it just before 90 minutes. Nice little touch pass. DeGrocco just blew by his defender. Can we FM them? Can we get an extra time goal? There's 4 minutes. Possibly. Grgic sends it in the air, knocked away. Luther gets there before Grgic. He's dispossessed by Soro, drops off to Grgic. Jamelka just launches it forward. Gill ends up heading it to Zimmer. They're going to get a goal off of this. No, Bailey steps up, gets it to DeGrocco. To Grgic. Out to Twazi. Oh, it's 2-on-2, and he tries crossing it in, bounces it off a Dusseldorf player. Nuts. Luther. Is he fouled by Grgic? No, someone's injured. DeGrocco equalizes. FM goal. I don't know what happened back there. I can't tell who's injured. Looks like Luther got injured. Looks like Grgic got injured too. Okay, we absolutely just FM'd Dusseldorf. Absolutely. We shouldn't have won that game. 2 goals in 3 minutes, starting in the 90th. No, I am totally not happy with your performance out there. And Luther's still on the field injured. I don't know what happened to him. That was just insane. Bailey got injured 1 to 2 days. De Graca was... Okay, in all honesty, De Graca was good. I don't want to admit that, but I have to. You know, he scored the 2 goals. What we are going to come back for is Augsburg and Bochum. Yeah, Bochum's a really good squad. I thought Augsburg. Yeah, Augsburg is Bundesliga as well, so it's going to be a good test. They're lower table, but then again, technically we're mid-table. So that is what we're going to do. We are going to come back. We've got a couple good teams in here, VfB Stuttgart especially. We're playing Augsburg, and we're going to play them again in the Pokal. So, club expectations this year, reach the second round, which we're doing, fight bravely against relegation, and we're doing that. So, that performance was just... We completely FM'd them, and I hate FMing. I hate it when it happens to me, so I can only imagine. Oh. It was a good game against Schalke. We had our chances. They came back. They're the better team. We had our chances. A draw against Schalke, I will take. This draw against Dusseldorf, we didn't deserve it. And God, I hope our season doesn't go like that. We can't afford to rely on FM goals to avoid relegation. We've got to get better. So, or we got to be just good enough to not lose games. You know, I'm okay with it like a 1-0 loss where we make them earn it. Like this 4-1 and this 5-3 against Eintracht Frankfurt, we can't be losing games like that. You know, we can't be throwing games away like we did at Schalke either. The same could be said for Fortuna Dusseldorf throwing the game against us. So, oh, what an episode. If you did like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticisms, comments. Leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name's FM Jellicoe. I thank you for watching.